Welcome in. Wake it up. It's Wednesday, February 28th. You listen to the Morning Grind, KZI 88.7 FM. We are in the building, ready to do it. I am Dapper D. I got to live up to that each and every day. It ain't hard. This is what I do. Very excited for today. Listen, you made it. You are at the precipice of your week. Once you get to that hump day, it is all downhill from here. I know, Monday was tough. It's always tough. Every Monday is tough. You find me a Monday that's easy, and I'm going to tell you that you sleepwalking. You're dreaming, because, no, they always hard. We can't let that weekend go. That weekend, if you're doing it right, hold on now. If you're doing it right, some of y'all may not be doing it right. But if you're doing it right, you can't let that weekend go. And then you turn around and you have exactly what you're expecting, which is the work week. That work week is about to get all up in your grill. You know what? That's just you. That's what you got to do. But you done made it through that Monday. You done made it through the Tuesday, and here we are on that Wednesday. We got a lot in store today. We're going to talk a little entertainment. We're going to talk some current events. We're going to talk some news. We're going to talk some relationships. We're going to get it all in for you. I'm very curious, though. Former President Donald Trump, he unveiled a new line of shoes at SneakerCon. Yeah, we're going to talk about that. As he closes in on the Republican presidential nomination, former President Donald Trump made a highly unusual stop Saturday at the SneakerCon. We'll get a little bit more into that. Somebody help me out with this. Let me just tell you. This was submitted to us. My husband has a Bumble account, but the only proof I have is a bank statement. Any tips for trying to find said account? Y'all got some tips. Yeah. 512-836-2887. Busted. Found him with the Bumble account, and yeah. We'll come back to that one. I don't know. That's I think that one is going to derail the whole show, but we gonna talk about it. Has anyone seen this from ABC News? It's an ingenious bit of TV highlighting the recruitment bias against Afro hair. Oh, it's legit. We're going to talk about that. Some of you might have experienced it. I would love to know. Yeah. Bias out of something that comes naturally out of your hair? What? That's what we doing? Man, we going to get it started. I mean, y'all calling in already? Ooh, hold on. We only got a few seconds here. We're going to talk about a couple more of the topics. I'm just very kind of curious here. Who wears the pants in your relationship? You or your man? That's you, ladies. Ladies, I'm only taking the call from the ladies. Who wears the pants in your relationship? You or your man? I knew. Now, if you're the guy and you know that your lady wears the pants, I'll accept that too. But I'm going to be quick with you. If you ain't calling in on the right tip, nope, I'm going on because I want to hear from the ladies on that one. I got to know. Who wears the pants in that relationship? I don't know if y'all have heard, but the cast of A Different World, they're going to reunite after 35 years to tour 10 historically black colleges and universities. I can't wait. Jasmine Guy, I'm here in Austin, Texas. You don't roll through. We got an HBCU, girl. Yeah. You listen to the Morning Grind, KZI 88.7 FM. I'm Dapper D. Let's get it. We're back on the Morning Grind, KZI 88.7 FM. Wednesday morning, I'm Dapper D. We got Symply Courtney in the place to be.
Oh my goodness. Is it me?
Are we going to have to?
Did I do it?
We got to pull some bars out.
Can y'all hear me?
I didn't realize that was going to.
Is it really me?
Go like that. Yeah, man. Oh, it's you.
Am I supposed to rap? Because I can spit something if I need to.
Hey, let me get through this traffic. I got instrumentals for that. Like,
okay, I'm in. No,
we can do that. They ain't going nowhere. Some of them might be in traffic, but we'll talk about that. Overall, in CR 367 road closed for flooding. That road is Bear Creek Pass both ways between RR 1826 and Cross Creek Drive. Over on FM 973, there's a crash. That's near Ring Drive. Over on First Street, there's fire department activity. That's First Street at Ben White Boulevard. Crash on Pierce Lane at Texas 130 toll. Over also on Texas 130 toll. You know it's the fastest highway in all of America, right?
85?
No, 130.
Oh.
Texas 130. And I'm always shocked when there's not traffic, where there's not an accident. But we also have a rolled over vehicle on Texas 130 toll.
Dang.
That's southbound at Pflugerville Parkway.
Wow.
Just because everybody else doing 90 don't mean you have to. Lindale Lane, there's an obstruction on the road. That's near Decker Lane, Pleasant Valley Road. There's a crash. That's Pleasant Valley Road at Terry Road. And then on I-35, there's a crash on entry ramp I-35 southbound from Outer Drive eastbound. Outer
didn't even try it. They didn't even make it. They was on the way.
You ain't out. You ain't
Turn
out
around
here.
and go home. That's when you just get out the car and walk back.
They trying to get on I-35 and they said, nah, we out of.
They didn't want to go to work.
We out of space on Outer Drive. O-U-D-A Outer.
Oh, that's what I thought you said. Outer. Uda.
Uda? Well, Uda, turn around and head back home.
Otter, go home.
Yeah, okay, then that one works too. So some of the topics.
Yeah.
We was getting ready to get into some of the topics, and we already had a call, and I had to take it. We had one. Sorry, you called in, and we had a minute and 18 seconds before we got to the mix. Hey, DJ Wiz did his thing.
DJ Wiz had me up for doing the Roger Rabbit, dog.
And for some reason, we both was in here like we was on American Idol. Yep. Is that cool though? Because brothers don't get together and we don't be like trying to harmonize and sing together. But I felt like we had that R&B moment right there. For a second, you and I were gonna come to my garage later on and start a band, weren't we?
Yes.
For a second.
But
I don't think.
I think we could have.
You sounded pretty good though.
In the morning, I appreciate
a second ago, now hold on. That was with the music. Like I don't know acapella. I don't know who you at acapella.
Sometimes I'm a good backup singer. Like I'll sing. Else. That's me.
When you sounded so good, I wanted to save it for the air. So I got a question for you.
Ask what?
Whenever you find somebody that got skills like that, like should we put you on the spot? Like, is that what we always do? Is like, hey, you can sing. Like, sing something for me. Like that's what you always want to do, right? Is that fair?
I think it's not, because I think like as a comic, I get that where people are like, hey man, you a comic, tell me a joke. Now, for the record, I created 2 jokes just for those occasions.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, because most time people ain't really mean nothing by it. So I'm okay with it. I'm not going to do nothing that's out of character for me. Yeah. And one of them is a joke that I do on stage anyways. So I was like, you know what? If anything, I'm getting practice telling this joke. But I'm not one of those people that freak out. But I also don't I don't do that to people, but sometimes I'm guilty of if you do something, I go, man, that was amazing. And then I'm going to get on your Instagram and try to see you doing the amazing thing later. So I might not make you do it in the moment. Right. But now if we're doing a show, and you do something that could take this show from level 2 to level 52, man, I might be like, hey, off-air player, hey, right now we at level 2, and see what happened was, I told these people I can get us to 50. Bring it back. Now, if you do what you do, coupled with what I do, we gonna be on 52.
Yeah, we're at 52
bars.
Yeah, that sounds like, I don't know what the math is and the split on that, but if you can go for 2 to 52, and you guaranteed, you sounded very confident right there. I was. Like you know it's gonna get the 52.
That's the 50. That's the 50. You know, say we come up with 50 cents, be talking to you and stuff. We Southside Jamaica kids. You know, anyway, I just be trolling everybody. I was about to plug his. I was about to plug his drink. That we ain't plugging his drink.
Nah. He could roll through Austin. He can come on. He can drop. You know,
it's 50. Anyway, I got this drink. You should drink it. It's really good, nutritious.
That's good. I like that. So one of the topics. Former President Donald Trump unveiled a new line of shoes at SneakerCon. The gold lame high tops with an American flag detail on the back are being sold as the Never Surrender high tops.
What?
For $399. Now.
Oh my God!
I told you that, right?
This is real.
But I just want you to know there is a gentleman. So they were limited release because he don't know if they're gonna pop.
Right.
But there was a brother that had to get them so bad he spent $9,000 to get a pair.
That's an easy pair.
Because he had to have them. Fat Joe is being dragged on his social media.
He did not. Don't
because he went and got him.
Come on.
So he had to make a post to defend himself, saying, "Hey, I'm a sneaker collector. That's what I do. And the rarer, the better. That don't mean I'm voting for the dude or I'm supporting the dude." So you know that's when he's in his feelings because he got to support.
Cap.
Joe, we didn't know. I don't care what you politically.
Cap.
Like right now, I don't care about this politically.
Colin Kaepernick.
You got to call it Cap.
The ice caps
I get that.
Where they at? The Polar Express, wherever those caps are. You go to the dentist and you get caps on your teeth.
Yeah.
Wow.
When he was a kid, you had a cap. Pop, pop, pop.
9,000?
Yeah, he paid that. So I'm just kind of curious, what you thought about that. Let me give you a little background. This is according to AP News. So as he closes in on a Republican presidential nomination, former President Donald Trump made a highly unusual stop Saturday, hawking new Trump-branded sneakers at SneakerCon, a gathering that bills itself as the greatest sneaker show on earth. Trump was met with loud boos as well as cheers at the Philadelphia Convention Center as he introduced what he called the first official Trump footwear. The shoes, shiny gold high tops with an American flag detail in the back, are being sold as Never Surrender high tops for $399 on a new website that also sells other Trump branded shoes, and Victory 47, that's the name of it, Victory 47 cologne and perfume for $99 a bottle. He'd be the 47th president if elected again, so that's why he calls them the Victory 47s.
Does his cologne smell like January 6th Mace? I'm done. Listen, I'm not supposed to be like this early. You know what? If y'all like that, y'all like that.
It smells like Mar-a-Lago. That's what it sounds like.
Like a bunch of Shanksons and stuff.
Like when you're out on the golf course and you come across that water hazard, that stagnant water. Not cool water. That stagnant water. That's what it sounds like.
That's wild. So I saw the shoes on I think Instagram, and I thought that was a joke, but I was like, you know what, brother? I forget it's 2024. People, they start off as I'm gonna make some shoes, and then by the end of the day, they done talked with 15 people. They're like, yo, you want to make some shoes? We do it. By the next day, they sold out.
I guarantee you they sold out. If we follow this up, I guarantee it's sold out. And for it's for the irony.
Yeah.
I mean, you just want to embrace, you want to exert your power. Is y'all ain't up on this? I got these right here. Bam, and I got them. I almost feel
flex culture. I get it now. Now that you said that,
the people who wear them, because there's also those sneakerheads that don't wear their stuff. They just keep them in a box or a display case at home. I'm not a sneakerhead, but what I've gathered is they can't wear them. They don't want to wear them.
I know guys that they have the shoe collection, like they got one to wear and they got one, let's say one to stock, one to rock.
Yeah,
and it's weird, but I get it. Because I think if you love something or you like something, that's what you do. It's just weird. Let me stop. Let me take the person out of it and go, okay, if it's a rare thing, if it's a thing that got a lot of publicity around it, notoriety around it, that's art. That's a phrase of art. And you know what? I will look at it objectively and say shoes are a form of art.
Yes, they
really are. Because
these gold joints too.
And they gold.
For the culture?
Why he do it in Black History Month, man? You know it's a brother with gold. You already know we thinking the same thing as a Q-Dog, ain't it?
Hey, everybody know a guy. I didn't even think about them boys.
Q-Dog with some gold Trump stuff.
If you Omega Sci-Fi, you ain't even got to pay. Call in 512.
You ain't got to pay them joints.
You ain't got to pay them. They already
somebody on campus with them things right now already.
And if it says Victory 47, if you was in a chapter that started in 47, this is heaven sent for you.
You better not have did that on purpose. You think he did?
No, but
I don't think he's smart enough to do that.
I mean, how about that though? He's claiming it. Victory 47. I'm gonna be the 47.
He is.
I mean, he's letting you know. I like it.
We on air. I ain't finna say what I really want to say. I feel you.
Welcome back to the Morning Grind, KZI 88.7 FM. Symply Courtney is in the building over there.
Me.
And I am Dapper D. I'm going to tell you a little bit about that weather and a little bit about that traffic. For those who are out and about. Now, the weather for today, it done changed up on you. Okay, so today, you're only going to get a high of 58. Only a high of 58. Partly cloudy and windy this morning. Cloudy with diminishing winds this afternoon. High of 58. Winds out of northeast at 20 to 30 miles per hour. Winds could occasionally gust over 40 miles per hour, Courtney.
Wow.
Yo,
that's enough to knock me off the ground.
He gonna knock your hair off your head. I watch.
Knocks me off my.
Oh my God. See, we had everybody for the garage band. You can't be giving it away for free, brother. They got to buy the CD.
That was just a sample. That was like a 10 a.m. at HEB sample.
But tonight we're gonna get down to 46 degrees, cloudy, low of 46, winds out of northeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour. If you're out in those streets over on CR 367, the road is closed due to flooding. That's Bear Creek Pass both ways between RR 826 and Cross Creek Drive. On FM 973 is a crash. That's near Ring Drive. Lindell Lane, obstruction on the road. That's Lindell Lane near Decker Lane. Pleasant Valley Road, there's a crash. That's at Terry Road. That's it for now.
That's it?
We doing our thing out there. No, well, just the one road. I didn't want to draw attention to it.
Good.
But yeah, there's one road. So we had a topic earlier, and the question was I'm sorry. This is pretty funny. Who wears the pants in your relationship, you or your man? And I said I only want to hear from the ladies. Well, Ann called in, and she said she wears the pants in her relationship. And I said, what? And we had 5 minutes to go. She said, well, I'm driving and whatnot, but I won't hold the 5 minutes to get on the air. So we do appreciate you calling in. And 512-836-2887 for the next one. Anybody wants to call in. But Ann said she does it. She is holding it down. They've been together for 17 years, and it works for them.
Vested.
And I did go on just, because my journalistic chops came in. I had to do a follow-up. And I was like, say, Am, what makes you so confidently be able to do this? Why does it work? And it's about that mutual respect. But she said at the end of the day, it is what it is. And ain't nobody mad about it. Because, again, Brad would have left, right?
Right. 17 years.
17 years.
I need you to know.
It works.
Hey, y'all, relationship going 17 years.
Yeah, that's all you guys say.
So, what really keeps y'all 17 years? How do you know he's at 17 years? What does he like to eat? 17 years. How do you know what his blood type is? 17 years.
Well, you know what?
Years.
When people do ask you that, you know they're serious when they put out a pen and pad. Then you can go into the critical details. Because if they ain't taking no notes, what are we talking about, man?
That's true. You're driving and ain't taking notes. You're looking at it like you ain't trying to be here.
You don't really care. Right now, you really just giving me, you gassing me really about the relationship, which I don't need.
Don't need it.
We solid. But if you really want to know this, and you're going to follow some of this, this is what we do. So yeah, thanks for calling in, and that was pretty awesome to hear. She confidently said that.
For the record, I walked in and all I heard was, you wear the pants. I had no context at all. I just want to let everybody know I had no context, and I was trying to make it work, and my brain went blank. I was like, you wear the pants. And I was like, I don't really know.
Said, don't worry about what we doing over here. It works.
I kept it to myself.
Said it worked.
Like,
if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Pants.
So I got this other one.
Come on with it.
This one's a little intense. I got to give you the full in. So this was offered up. We had a person offer this to us. My husband has a Bumble account, but the only proof I have is a bank statement. Any tips for trying to find said account? I've already swiped through everyone with the less than 1 mile filter on Bumble, on the dating app, within the less than 1 mile filter, and couldn't find them. I also saw OnlyFans charges on the bank statement going back a few months, and I want to find everything before I confront him. I have made it clear in the past that I'm not okay with him using OnlyFans. So that was a conversation that's already been had. I just had a baby 3 weeks ago, and towards the end of my pregnancy, we were not having sex at all. So that might be why he's doing these things, but it breaks my heart because I trusted him so much. I just hope that I don't find anything else, but I have to know. Courtney.
Yeah.
What we gonna do, bro? What can we say to this young lady about the bruh? They share a banking account. He ain't too bright because he used said account for his Bumble account. He probably did it for OnlyFans, which is why they had to have that conversation a few months ago. I want to know your opinion to help the lady, and then we're going to get into the relationship and whatnot. But what would you tell her? Because remember, what she said is, her question was, any tips for trying to find his account? I don't know why she needs the account, but she wants to find his account. Maybe she could put her eyes on it. She could feel better. Because, never know. Maybe he's paying for a friend's account. Because that friend could get in trouble. So he said, man, I'll go ahead and pay for that for you. Not that. Okay.
Run.
It don't look like I'm not convincing you.
Run. That's all I got. I tell him to run, but now here's the thing. He has a good excuse. See, what had happened was my homie needed me to run his account.
Right.
So that's why you gotta have a friend to take the fall
that's
for
a
you.
good friend.
And with every friend I have that's in a relationship, I'm the fall friend. If you ever go somewhere and something happens,
right,
that's gonna leave a scar on you, like you're gonna be smelling like perfume or something. No, man, it was Courtney. Courtney had his new girlfriend.
Yeah.
She hugged me and got makeup on my car.
Grabby
That's
too.
who I am.
Grabby girlfriend.
Every friend now, not associates. Every friend that I got,
yeah,
we have that clause. Oh. You can use me to get out of jail free. You just got to call me like Courtney, weren't we? Yep.
512-836-2887. Call up because you need to give your info to Courtney, so you can become his friend. Because this is why you gotta have a whole nother level.
This is why you gotta have an improviser as a friend. I could play different characters.
What?
Do you understand? I could be a different character for you. You need me to be your brother that is actually sick and can't talk right now.
Right.
Give me a recording of his voice. I'll act like him. You might need me to show up in person.
That's a good look, man.
Hey, I could play a white man. What? Versatility in person.
Hold on. You think you got that?
I can. I've done it.
Okay, give me. You have an 863 credit score, and you drive 1997 vintage Jaguar. Let me hear that. Let me hear that accent.
Howdy. Done. One word. This is the key. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm about to give away some game to y'all. If you ever want to do an impression, keep it short, simple, and sweet. You do not have to do these sentences. They've been lying to y'all thinking to do impressions, you got to be able to do the whole thing. No, just do
get in, get out.
In and out. That's it. I'm quick.
No, quick. That's actually pretty smart because more money, more problems. The more accent, the longer they want you to go.
The more words, the more problems. You're quick with it.
No, I like that.
Quick.
So for this young lady, I got a lot of things.
Talk to me.
So you know how we were talking about the 4 rules? We said before the 4 rules you should talk about before you get into a relationship. And remember, I always said that one of those 4 was you got to have a conversation about social media and the relationship with the opposite sex. Now, the OnlyFans, I think that's a little more than a relationship. That's what, voyeurism at a point.
But that's definitely in the category of social media, though, because it is opposite sex. It's both.
Because when, as a guy, when I say that to her, she says, okay, so here's where I'm at with that. Here's my opinions on it, and probably OnlyFans would come up at that point. But I feel bad for the young lady because she don't realize she ain't changing this, bruh. Y'all already had to talk about OnlyFans months ago.
Right. It was already a thing then.
And what did you think? Did you think then, oh, this good? We had the conversation. He said we good. And now you find the Bumble?
That was the reason why they had that conversation to begin with. And evidently it means something to her, or it was something that had already happened and was a trip up. And so, in my opinion, when someone shows you who they are, believe them. It's tough. And so you have to figure out if that's something you're willing to deal with. Those charges, i.e. because that's y'all's money.
She can't deal with it.
I know, but it's like you're going to have to figure something out. You're either going to stay or leave. And
she anonymously posting for help. Like she's at her wit's end.
Am I supposed to sing the song? And I think you need to leave.
Now she says she wants to get all the info so she could confront him. Why? He know what he got.
So I'm supposed to give the answer of how you can do that. Get your friend to get on the Bumble and then find them.
Is that going to impress him that, hey, I found you. I got the screenshot. Nah, bro, you can come to him now. The bank accounts is enough. What else do you need? In the court of law, you think the person who did it, you got to convince them? Nah, the jury. And the jury ain't in y'all relationship.
She has to get her own Bumble. Does Bumble work for women? I don't know
how it works, brother.
So when I got divorced, I came back during the the dating app game. I tried for about 2 days and gave up.
Oh, farmersonly.com having.
Homie, I don't even remember. It was something that probably don't even exist anymore. My homie was like, yo, you need to try this out.
Was the Christian one?
No, it wasn't Christian Mingle.
Christian Mingle. That sounds so cute. Hey, you used to be an usher? You know you wanted that church girl. You know you wanted that.
You know what? Christian Mingle sounds fun compared to a lot of these other ones. That sounds like just like hello. You're like hello back. You can do that for like an hour. You get nowhere.
It's like, hey, so what no, I can't even do it. Hey, what did you wear to church last Sunday?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
You got to do that first and be like, hey, girl, what you wearing now?
What you wearing to church? No, what you wearing to church next Sunday? That's the one. Oh my God, it's only accessible on Sundays.
Mingle. And Farmers Only, we think about that one. You be like, hey, you done with your chores yet?
Oh my God.
You ready to talk? What's the intro to that one?
There has to be like some fun game on all of those. I think that Farmers Only one. I thought that was a joke when it first
came
out.
City folks just don't get it.
Is that not one too?
But that's their tagline for Farmers Only.
Oh, I thought you made up
another just don't get it.
Like the City Folks one was for the city girls.
Man, that one used to come in hard. I used to listen to a sports network owned by Disney, and yeah, man, that one used to come in hard. So I'm thinking there's a lot of farmers, or some Midwest, in my opinion, farmers listening in on sports that was like, oh, I didn't know about that. Now I'm good. Thank you. Big time sports network. But the rest of us, we got to sit through that 30-second spot. But hey, they paid that money, so they get to do that. All right, so I'm a little curious about this too. Has anyone seen this from ABC News? This is an ingenious bit of TV highlighting the recruitment bias against Afro hair. My only confusion was, do Americans conduct job interviews in restaurants/cafes? So I'm not sure how Brits would have reacted to this scenario, but it would be great to use as an example to educate employers. What are reactions to the African American witness? So over in ABC News posted about over in the UK, there was an interview, and the lady who was lighter complected than the Afro hair having person said, we'll hire you if you straighten your hair.
What?
Oh, yeah. And exactly. So that was it. There was an African-American witness, that was around, and her reaction was, oh, no. Oh, no, you didn't. You know. Right. No, hey, even in UK, they got a Shaniqua over there. Oh, no, you didn't.
You did not.
Yeah. So I'm just kind of curious. What are your thoughts, bro?
I don't like it.
Is it still happening?
Yeah, it still happens because I've seen school cases and stuff like that where, like, a child was getting it was like a dress code. The game is always dress code. This is what happened to us early 2000s as well.
Yes.
When it came to going to clubs, they would make some kind of dress code that only affected our group, and I think it's whack because we've seen more successful people, in my opinion, and this is American media, that have different types of hairstyles. Yes. We got people that have hairstyles that are, I would say 20 years ago, you'd be like, what is that? But now it's normal because we understand that, I think you're supposed to judge people by the content of their character. We always talk about that, but yet we stray so far away from it. And so I think that's trash, to be real with you.
So they were in a restaurant doing this, and all the bystanders, it didn't matter of their ethnicity. Anyone that was standing around was like, I can't believe you did that.
Good.
And so I like that. Yeah. I like the reactions that people knew, others knew. So that's the best thing. For those who are listening, if you're up in arms right now, listen. Those reactions of the bystanders from multi-ethnicities shows that it ain't everybody.
That's allyship.
So don't paint it all with one broad stroke.
No.
There are some people who are like that. It sucks that they're in a hiring position.
Yeah.
That they're the hiring
manager.
Well,
this is sketch or was this real?
It was real.
Oh, man, I thought this was one of those, what would you do?
Yeah, there was.
I always think I'm in those, man. Is that weird? I'll be thinking I'll be in those sometimes if there's like a camera on me. And so I'll be trying to act like, hey, you need to stop.
Oh, over the top?
I look for the camera, try to find the camera, get my good angle and stuff.
The good angle?
Yeah.
Right. I thought you was focusing on the moment.
No, man, sometimes I got to find that angle because this is a case. Listen, if I get that as my credit, that's going to be my credit, man. You may have seen this next comic or next performer on ABC. I'm like, that's it. Don't tell them what show it was. Just tell them I was on ABC. We good.
You know him as the Home Alone face guy from the Street episode. No!
I'm not even lying. I will put that. I will screenshot that. I will have the still clip. Then when I can find, I'll turn it to a GIF or a GIF, whatever the word is. I'm gonna ride that till the cows come home. I'm so serious. I can't wait.
Here's another one.
Yeah.
Have you heard the news? The cast of A Different World will reunite after 35 years to tour 10 historically black colleges and universities.
Oh, I like
the cast members set to go on tour: Kadeem Hardison, that was Dwayne Wayne. Darryl Bell, that was his friend Ron. Charnel Bro, that's Kim Reese. Jasmine Guy, He ain't got to say no more.
Whitley.
Glenn Turman, he played Colonel Bradford Taylor. He was the ROTC guy. And Sinbad was Walter Oates.
Yay!
Sinbad's still out there doing his thing.
Yay!
So,
I love that.
I'm going to tell you. Call us up, 502-836-2887. 35 years ago, if this was your jam, enrollment in historically black colleges went through the roof at that time. And everybody, and even if you didn't go to a HBCU, we were seeing the college life. Yep. And so it was universal.
I wanted to go to HBCU because
it wasn't just us, because a lot of people outside the African American culture were watching the Cosby Show, and so when Denise went off, we wanted to know what was going on in college. Especially because back then in the 80s, it was a positive moment too, to show that a black family was sending their little girl, their oldest, off to, she was the second oldest.
That's right.
Remember that weird one that just popped in, popped out.
She was there and she wasn't.
And with her bad tasting man, her bad tasting man, what was his name? You remember him? Stanley? What was his name?
I don't remember.
He was just weird though.
Yeah.
Which we accepted.
Yeah.
She could go away again. Just leave your little quirky, weird man. Yeah, he was weird. Oh, Cliff had to deal with that, bruh.
I just know that they had kids in college. They were both doctors. They were in a well-balanced
she was a lawyer. She was a lawyer.
Oh, I keep saying they were both doctors. Hey. One's a doctor, one's a lawyer.
Yeah, man.
You know how wild that is?
And they owned their brownstone in New York.
Oh my goodness, man! Y'all understand?
And that's New York in the '80s, so they was on that side of town. Yeah. Like right now, not the gentrified. No, it's different.
It's different.
I'm gonna tell y'all. Look, I ain't trying to cause no drama here, but it was different in the '80s.
Yeah, well,
I was there in the '80s.
You saw it.
They were burnt out. There were some places in Brooklyn you didn't want to go, but unfortunately, they was in the good spots. Holding it down. That's another reason why it was so good. That's why he put his practice downstairs. He's like, my joint's so good, my house so big. Yeah. I'm gonna see all my patients down here
in the basement
because I don't want to drive.
We're going into weird territory again.
What do you think Cliff Huxtable was driving? Oh, see,
I'm good.
No, we could.
It's 8 o'clock.
Okay. All right, so we'll go past that. Let's keep it. We're still in the 80s. All right, we don't know what's happening.
We were doing it.
After the show's taping.
Fair.
So, what do you think he was driving?
Oh, he had a, can I say BMW, maybe?
Yeah. I'm thinking drop top.
Nah, he wouldn't do a drop top. I don't think he'd do a convertible.
Okay, all right.
Because how old is he supposed to be in the show?
I want to say,
40?
They aged different back then.
Maybe like he was 32.
They're like, what? Hey, that 45 back then ain't the 45 nowadays.
Have you seen that? Like that? Okay, we talking about TV, right?
Right.
Sherman Hemsley?
Yes.
Okay, so I got to ask you the question. Is he 37 on the show, or is his character 37? Because she was 58.
Yes.
He was 37.
Yeah, she was a lot older than him.
Here's some weird stuff. This is real trivia about me, Black history. Here we go. I was just in El Paso last week. He retired in El Paso. I didn't even know that.
Ooh.
So he was in El Paso. But my question is, that's what 37 looked like?
Well, so here's this thing right here.
Yeah.
When Red Fox... excuse me. When Red Fox was cast as Fred Sanford on Sanford and Son, he was 49 years old.
I heard.
He played a character in his mid-60s. That's 49.
Right.
Do you know anybody 49? And do they look like that?
No.
It's a different time, bro.
See, he was 49.
It was a hard knock life.
What's the other us? The guy that used to do comedy that passed away, the Bebe's kid dude.
Oh, Robin Harris.
Robin Harris was young.
Yeah.
He was young. He played well. He was playing kid's dad in, I think, like the first or the second. I think the first house party, right?
Yeah.
He was aging different back then.
It's different. We've come so far. We've learned about extending ourselves, doing better. Maybe you don't come home and you have somebody waiting for you with the martini. We don't do that much anymore. That's where we're at now. We're taking better care of ourselves.
Cause I joke about being old, but I'm 38, and I'll be thinking sometimes I might need to stop joking about this stuff.
Yeah.
Cause like I need to enjoy this youthful exuberance that I have, and being able to just get up and go and not have to take a bunch of things with me. You feel what I'm saying?
It is so awesome that we have got to look. We are living longer.
Yeah.
The life expectancy has extended itself. Yeah. And that's to our benefit.
Yeah.
We're no longer cooking with lard.
Are we not?
Maybe ironically.
The restaurants
maybe
do it,
for intentional purposes.
I be feeling like I look behind the counter. You ever look behind the counter and see what they cooking when they make your food and be like, oh my God. Yeah. Like, you don't look.
Well, there are a couple places. Have you, come on, there's got to be a couple shops you done been to, and that bruh takes your money when, you know, we used to give out the greenbacks.
Yeah.
And then goes right back. Maybe gives a quick wipe on the jeans and then gets right to making a sandwich.
I've seen that.
Grabs a spatula or something.
I was just in a place yesterday and the dude was playing with his ear and walked straight from like lunch break to the back.
It was different times. You saying they still on it like right now?
They still on that time right now. You ain't been to Subway when there was one dude and he had to do everything.
Is the food good though at the spot that you was at then?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, then hey, I'll allow it.
I'm not complaining. Listen,
I'll allow it.
I ain't never walked in my mom's kitchen and be like, ma'am, can you put on glasses, please?
I wish a Courtney would.
Ma'am, can you put on a hairnet, please?
Mama, I was eating a sketty.
Yeah.
And I pulled out this long piece of hair.
Oh.
You and gulp. You better swallow that hair. You ain't coming.
That was your hair. That was your hair. No, it wasn't. My hair don't curl.
I wish you would fix your face. 512-836-2887.
Y'all better call.
Give a shout out to Angie, who's driving in on. Angie, I hope you avoid. Well, actually, Angie, if you saw our report, we had a great ride in for you. I didn't have that much. There wasn't that much traffic.
Nah, it really wasn't bad.
Shout out to Angie driving in. You gotta, that's important.
Drive over wasn't bad at all, man.
So we appreciate her listening in on the drive in. I didn't know she was a fan. I didn't know she was a fan, but I'm very proud for all of our listeners.
Thank you for being a fan.
That's the most important thing. Community radio. We here broadcasting Austin, Texas. We don't know where anybody's listening. We got somebody over on the West Coast right now. California's awake, and they're listening.
That's early, right?
We got our brother over in Ireland.
Hey,
that was good. My wife told me.
Watch. I'm gonna show you how to do it quicker.
Yeah.
We have a brother in Ireland. That's it. You ain't got to say the Ireland accent.
Get out.
Say Ireland with your regular accent.
They're over in Belfast. They're listening.
What do you think a Belfast person sounds like? Do it quick.
How does a Belfast person
Just do it.
sound?
Go off top of your head right now. There you go. You're done.
You gotta be fast.
Say Belfast. There you go.
Be fast. Fast. I don't.
Yeah.
It's gonna be. That's how it's gonna be when I think about them.
There you go.
Belfast. Okay. So, how do you define cheating? Simply, Courtney. How do you define cheating?
Desire.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, so we talked about the young lady that found out that her husband had the OnlyFans account, confronted him. Then they talked about it clearly. And then they came back again. Now she's finding out he's got that dating app. If it's dating, it may be a little bit more. Sorry, I'm not that intense. I don't know.
Sounds like he got a subscription.
So is that cheating? Like, could that be a definition of cheating?
What's his desire?
Is going elsewhere with the only... Because... Let's see. So OnlyFans, you're just watching, but Bumble, you're actually trying to meet,
interacting,
and like the intent is there.
Yep.
So whether you have proof or not that the deed was done, I mean, technically it's cheating. The options are out there. The feelings are out there.
I got the funniest analogy for this one, but let's check it out.
What's that?
If a dude swings on you, and he misses. Do you still feel a type of way?
Oh, yeah.
Like he might have said, "Man, I'm about to."
I like what you did there.
So that's the same thing.
Intent.
Yeah, intent. Well, desire is what you're trying to do. Yeah. Intent, desire, same thing. By the way.
No.
They're sending for it.
I'm just trying to flex with my vocabulary.
Let's go with your word.
Desire.
Yeah,
it is intense.
If you are trying to like.
You've taken all the steps.
Get out there.
No one just takes a swing at another person. No one just takes a swipe left or swipe right. This is all intentional.
Yes.
You've got to add a financial source to pay for the app.
Yep.
You got to create the account.
Yep.
You got to go find a picture that you want.
Yep.
Courtney, what picture you right now? You're creating your Bumble account. What's the picture you got?
I'm one of them people, man.
No, tell me the picture you got. It's in your phone right now. What was it the other day?
Headshot. I got a headshot where I'm smiling. I got my head cocked to the left.
Oh, okay. So that's your go-to move.
I got two of them. I got a yellow background that makes me look more vibrant. Then I got like the regular, like took a picture at the whatever place background.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with the yellow one because it adds a little color to it. I think I popped on yellow, and then my black hair stands out even more.
I want 512-836-2887. Call in and let me know when it's time to set up your profile. Something tells me it's paralysis by analysis. I bet you swiping through your own picture, swiping left, swiping right. Nope, that's not the one. I mean, that's got to be a lot of pressure because again, depending on how that picture looks of you, someone's going to swipe on you. So you need that picture to hit. So, Courtney, one last quick question before we go back to cheating. Is that a current headshot? Like the profile pic that you put out on Bumble and stuff like that? Is it 10 years ago?
No.
Is it not for you? I'm saying for other people though. Is it 10 years ago? Is it 30 pounds ago for these people? Like that's what I'm trying to see, because you're trying to put the best yourself out there, because like in your mind, you still kind of look like that.
I feel like they should make you take a picture of your current self. I think that's how it should be. I feel like there's and then okay, so driving Uber, right? Every so often you got to take a new picture of yourself, and like in the moment you got to take it ain't no stage this photo, and I don't even think they let you upload a picture.
They should do that.
That's how these things should work. We should make an app where you take a current updated
Uber
picture.
Out here changing the world, changing the game.
That's how we should do that.
I like that.
Yeah.
So we only have 30 seconds left. 512-836-2887. We're going to come back to that. I would like to know, how do you... Oh, that comes in good. You're listening to KZI 88.7 FM. Simply Courtney is over on my right.
What?
And I am Dapper D. We have a call. Caller, are you there? Caller, are you there? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
I am. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. We can hear you now. So you were saying that you wanted to call in, and thanks for waiting, by the way. You said that you wanted to, you had some comments about the cheating question. Like, how do you define cheating? I just want to set that up for others. So what say you, sir?
Okay, so I'm a literalist. By definition, cheating means keeping something from somebody, taking advantage.
Ooh.
Okay.
That's,
so how is me giving something physical to somebody else and it's cost you nothing? I'm still taking care of the bills. You still don't have anything to worry about. Food on the table, roof over your head, rent paid, electricity paid. You've not lost anything. Well, how is that cheating?
Yeah. Now that's a good point. Now, when you have that definition, that literal definition, you're in a relationship, so we have to have consideration of others. So would you tell a person to change their definition if you see the response of your partner?
Yeah. So to me, the more common appropriate definition, not mine, but a more common appropriate definition would be infidelity. Infidelity being if you're in a romantic, monogamous relationship and you have a sexual encounter with somebody else, that's infidelity.
Yeah.
Okay, so infidelity, to me, still doesn't pertain to men because men aren't built that way. Infidelity to me, is a woman crime because they give a part of themselves to be able to engage with a man sexually. A man does it. A man is a physical act. Boom, I'm done. I'm out. Thanks a lot. See you later.
This was awesome.
So,
yeah, Simply Courtney. This gentleman said literally, by the definition, that's what you got. I mean, what are the words? And you haven't lost a thing. Thanks. Caller, what was your name?
Daniel.
Daniel. Thanks for calling in, Daniel.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you.
Enjoy hearing y'all.
Oh, great. Thanks for listening.
All right.
You can't get any more than the literal definition. And I think that may have to be the conversation. Going back to the young lady who found the OnlyFans account, that found the bank statement. I mean,
was this was in response to what the question was, or was that really their belief?
The cheating. How do you define cheating?
But they're talking about cheating in that scenario, or is that because I wanted to ask questions, but I don't know how to. We're supposed to ask questions of the people that we're talking to.
Okay, Daniel, you're gonna have to call back because
I'm like, hey, bro,
he's got more.
Because I want to know what his definition of a relationship is.
Apologies, Daniel. I'm over here. I'm running the board, and it looks like I cut you too quick.
My question is, if your concept of a relationship is just what you're sharing, that's interesting. I'm gonna leave it at that. Yeah, be polite and respectful.
Okay,
but
if Daniel
it's about more than that.
We'll see if we can get him back.
It's more than that, man. Like I get it though, and I'm not trying to play this. I'm the sensitive, light-skinned guy in the Tyler Perry movie. I'm not playing that. I'm not gonna save you. That's not me. I ain't saving nobody, man. I'm a dog. Roof. Underdog. No, give me some gold shoes.
You don't know. That's,
I'm really not. I'm not.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're the dog.
I'm a dog, but I'm like the dog that like you break in the house. And I'm like, hey, how you doing, friend?
This is you, Daniel. Okay, give me 1 second.
All right, I think we got my friend back.
All right, we have Daniel back. Daniel, I apologize. Simply Courtney had more traffic for you. Okay, he's back.
What's up, man? You there?
All right, brother. How are you, fam?
I'm chilling, man. All right, so I have to make sure I got it right. So your scenario, what you're talking about the scenario we posed. Are you saying that's that's the definition of what were we saying? Cheating.
One more time.
Okay, so my question was, when you gave your explanation, were you responding to the prompt, or were you saying that was your that's your personal definition of cheating? Because I know we're saying literally and all of that, but was that for the prompt?
So I jumped in probably late into the topic.
Mm-hmm.
So mine is more just to give you a different perspective about at least the gentlemen that are at this level that I'm at, that I'm accustomed to speaking to.
Mm-hmm.
This is our understanding of it, and this is how we proceed with it, and this is how we see it.
Yeah.
So it was just giving you some information about major leagues, not AAA.
Yeah. Well done, Daniel.
Hey, man, you ain't got to stun on me like that, okay? You stun on me for playing in the AAA. Listen, I like my AAA, okay, very much. I love playing for the Birmingham Barnstormers.
I've been listening to fam for a while.
You talking? Hey, I like Daniel. Daniel got some snap to him.
I'm talking about.
Hey, I'm learning. I'm quickly picking up. He said we playing Major League, Playboy.
Yeah, this is how they do in the big league.
Wow.
So, I mean, Daniel, he's not here trying to make friends.
No.
I mean, he's giving us the real talk. You and I both know that. Okay.
That's why we're back. You hear it, right?
What is it?
So, question for you. Go ahead.
You want to know something?
Yeah.
To me, that's even more, just more frustrating. Can't be honest with the woman. Couldn't be honest with the woman if you wanted to.
Thank you.
You could not be honest.
That's what he's saying.
Why do you all lie to us? Because you can't handle the truth. Because if I tell you the truth, you can't take it.
I mean, he is right. In our first scenario, that's why the young lady, before she even went to him the second time, she had to be anonymous.
Let's be completely honest. Men love unconditionally. Women have conditions.
Ooh, okay. Now, see, you swerving right now. You on the lane, and I'm with you. Then you swerve out. I'm like, hey, man, you hitting the rumble strip. All right, so let's stick with the first part. So what's your definition? And I'm not doing this to attack. I'm just trying to make sure we get a baseline here. What's your definition of a relationship?
Relationship to me is two people that have agreed to work together for a particular goal.
And the goal could just be love and be happy and healthy together, right?
No, not even. No.
What is it then? What's the goal?
Residual. That's residual. Depends. Financial goal, family goal, partnership goal.
Daniel is bringing
it. Yeah. Love is consequential.
This is the realness. Daniel is the real.
I started off at first, I was totally I was against Daniel, and now I'm really listening over here like, let me see, I think he might be cooking with something.
No, Daniel, you're right. If people are really having these conversations, Daniel, if you were listening last time we were on and we were talking about the four things when it comes to a conversation, a relationship, the four reasons why they fail, that's why you have that talk up front.
Yeah.
So just communicate. Don't be scared. What happens is we're scared to have those hard talks. You let the lady know up front. I literally have been with the lady for 14 years, and maybe our second date, I literally said to her, I'm not going to wine and dine you. That's not what this is about. So we may end up with certain things. On our third date, I used a Groupon.
Real.
And some people did laugh. My friend laughed at me.
The real thing.
She said, first of all, you took me to go get boba drink, so I loved it. And second of all, I liked it because it tells me you were thrifty.
Yeah, and so fiscally being responsible.
I'm glad I was being myself up front. But see, we got to hide behind.
We fake a bunch of stuff up front. Daniel, you know what, Daniel? I'm going to apologize, man. I came in y'all hot.
Look at Daniel.
So remember I said I'm a literalist, so it's kind of hard for me to swallow that you say we have to hide behind. We don't have to hide behind that.
Just true.
The betas have to hide. The betas have to hide behind that. I don't hide behind that.
No.
Listen, you open this door. This is what you're gonna get.
Yeah.
You don't have to step into the threshold. But I'm going to tell you what's on the other side of the door. You don't want to close the door. Go on to the next one.
That's why I wanted you back on the call.
Daniel, thanks for coming back. Man. Thanks for calling in, Daniel.
Thank y'all, brother. Thank y'all.
Have a great day.
Watch this podcast.
Daniel.
Bro, he's toxic as heck right now. I like it, but it's real.
This is what I said. Daniel is the real.
Yeah.
And Daniel is what we should all be aspiring to be. Look, I'm not even saying Daniel is right. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is he is communicative.
He's steadfast with his beliefs. And he is, like, what did it say, where you really are, you stand on your truths. I can live with that. I can live with standing on your truths, man. Oh, man. I'm figuring it out. I'm learning. What you got?
Well, no, someone did call in, but then they bailed. So the most important thing is for us to realize there are hard conversations to be had.
True.
And it would be so much easier to be in a relationship where you could be your authentic, your real self. You don't have to hide.
Yeah.
Look, I can tell you this. I have taken, and there's a site I follow on IG, and I thought I was getting one thing, but their little, stories or the thing that's up at top, they always put something up there that's eye-grabbing for guys. And what do we like? We like the T. We like something that is the first letter of the alphabet. You put them together, there's an and in between.
Right.
That's what we like.
Right.
And they do that to grab attention, not for me.
Then they spit some real at you.
Yes.
Come on with it, man. The candy with the medicine.
They're competing with other things because, I look at it all the time. There's this girl. Her name is Courtney with a K. And she has 1 million followers. And all she does is go up there and little skimpy stuff. How can you compete with that when there's people? So let's just be honest. We got a caller. Caller, are you there?
What up, caller?
Yes, I'm here. Hi. Thank you for taking my call.
Thanks for waiting. We just wanted to finish the thought. What say you? What topic did you have a new topic?
No. I'm calling on the topic that you guys are speaking about. What's the definition of cheating?
Oh, help us.
Come on with it.
And I agree with your other host.
Symply Courtney.
Yes, that cheating is even if you desire to be with another person.
Yeah.
And I think it is something that is so easy because we're human to be guilty of.
Yeah.
You desire to be with, because the power of attraction is powerful.
Yes.
But the thing is not to act on that desire. But because we're all human in the flesh, yes, we're all guilty of that. And I think also what defines a relationship is when both of you have agreed to be monogamous, that you're only going to see each other, and we're committed to each other in a relationship as far as a man and a woman.
So then we have to have that conversation up front so these definitions are understood. Because I want to make sure that whatever the words are you just said, that they mean the same to me as they mean to you.
And if not, you need to understand what the meaning is, because some people have words that mean something different to them.
Yeah.
And they have actions too. That's the part that I have to learn in my marriage.
Yeah.
So there are words and there are actions. What one person may consider the worst thing in the world, another person may say, oh, I'm fine with that. But there are conditions, there are constraints, and I had to learn that sometimes the hard way of what was taken as serious and what was something that wasn't taken serious. A great example for me is a lady I was dating. I used to do stuff like clean the dishes, I was doing stuff cleaning, pretty much. Let's leave it at that. Yeah. I was cleaning, and I thought cleaning was the dopest thing. And to her, it was trivial. And she was like, okay, and I was like, bro, your kitchen is dirty when I walk in. So I cleaned it, and it's spotless. Yeah. Man, could not care less. And I remember thinking, like, when I was married, that was something that we struggled with. She'd cook My job was to clean, but I'd be tired. And I'd be like, you know what? I'm going to get it tomorrow, and the stuff would pile up. So in this relationship, I was like thinking, okay, I'm taking the initiative. I call it the initiative. But that wasn't something that we talked about in the relationship. We never talked about if she wanted me to clean, if she wanted me to do all these things that I thought were going. I thought the stuff was going a little above and beyond because it was a place that I didn't live in.
Yeah.
And I would just stop by, and before I left, I would go over there, and I'd have my shirt wet, all of that. I'm serious, man. I thought I was making an impression.
You're not supposed to lean against the sink.
I don't know, man. Sometimes it's comfortable, man.
And I want to also put it out there that the guy that said that as long as your needs are being provided and the bills are taken care of and et cetera, that is the most asinine thing I've heard in a long time.
Talk about it.
Because if he has not been living in the 2000s, most women are doing that for themselves.
True.
And also, you know, the tides are turning where a lot of women are having to take care of the family. Well, even take care of man, if she loves that man enough to do that.
Yeah. Well, he did say...
because you're taking care of the bills or doing what you're supposed to do, that does not permit you to cheat.
No.
Okay, now, I hear you on that part. What he was saying, though, is in that relationship, it's already an understanding that everything is what it is. Remember, he said, I may not be for you, but at least you know going into where I am. Because I will tell you, I know people in relationships. It's Friday night. They ain't trying to go out on no date. They're in separate parts of the room. This dude is in here gaming until 3 o'clock in the morning. He ain't trying to spend no time. In my opinion, that's almost cheating.
Yeah.
Almost. You would rather spend that time communicating, playing the game, spending that time with someone else when you could be trying to date your person. And I laugh at it. I laugh at it because that's their relationship. They're okay with everything else is good. This is at the end of the day, this is almost like a partnership, a business partnership.
And the description that was given, it sounded like that.
So if I have an OnlyFans or a Bumble, and I'm, you know, maybe if I'm doing those other things, I mean, at the end of the day, I look. And I guess in the Bumble account, he has to touch also.
I'm in a spot where, for me personally, I don't want to be in that type of situation.
No.
I don't want to be in a transaction.
And I agree.
Yeah.
Anything that you allow consistently to take the place of intimacy with your spouse or in a relationship is cheating. It doesn't have to just be committing adultery with another person.
Right.
It could be anything that you allow to... you know, take the place.
If you're robbing them of their time.
That you spend a lot of time with, that you spend a lot of time. Now, everybody has to have their space, you know, to be themselves or to, but yes, if that is consistently and that's causing problems in your relationship or your marriage, yes, it's cheating.
Thank you for calling in. What's your name, ma'am? Cynthia, you were great. Thanks for calling in today.
Thank y'all. Y'all great too. Appreciate you.
Thank you. Have a great rest of the day.
Bye-bye. You too.
Cynthia brought it. And, you know, the most important thing is, what is going on today? Everyone's been rational. Yeah. They've been stating their points. We don't have to agree with all of the points.
Right.
But this is like real communication we're having today. I'm just stating how I feel about it.
And there's bits and parts of it I think that work.
Yes.
Like for me, there were some things that Daniel said that I agreed with. There are some things I didn't agree with. But at the same time, I think that the way this life works is you have to... What I got the most from this conversation that we've had so far is that there needs to be a lot more upfront communication.
Yes.
Me and you talked about this with the 4.
Yes.
And now we're kind of reiterating it now, but we're going into a little bit more details.
Yes.
We got to define some terms.
Yes, we do.
I never thought about that. I never thought about the fact that you need to define terms in your relationships, that there are words that mean different things, have different weight, actions, and all that stuff. So I'm digging that.
Great. Caller, you are on the air. How are you today?
Hung up in my face, really?
Well, you know...
Oh, 8:48, you hung up in my face?
Here's where you lost them.
Talk to me, man. Tell me what I did.
You had them and then you lost them because they were like, wait, now we gotta talk.
Oh man,
I gotta come home and I gotta talk to you. I've been talking at work all day.
I
just got to talk to you. No, so. What Cynthia said also is, so I was making fun of the guy that comes home and he games till 3 a.m. But what did she say? She said, well, you are entitled to your personal space. So there's nothing wrong with that if that's your personal space. But that same thing is if you're never trying to make time for the other person and that's your go-to, like you're not even trying to date that person and add to relationship and move forward in the relationship, then I'm gonna make fun of you. That's what I'm gonna do. We got a caller on the air. Can you hear us?
If you're not married?
Depends, man. So question for you. Here's the question I have. If it was done to you, so the thing, I'm not trying to throw stones, I'm just asking a real question. If they did the same thing to you, would you consider it cheating, regardless if y'all are married or not?
I'm just throwing the question out there.
I know. Okay, I get what you're saying.
Really?
Go ahead.
Is it really cheating if you're not married?
So I'm gonna give an answer, and this is only from a dude who's been divorced and / dating type guy. Yes, it is, only because if it gives the same feelings, and the only thing that makes it different is there's a government document that says that we are married and under eyes of the law and God. Other than that, the actions, if it still hurts the other person or if you still have to be deceitful and slick to do it, yes.
We're talking about paper, not a bond.
You gotta stop, El Nervous.
No. So to your point, it's almost that. Oh wait, so what? We got a piece of paper. I know people that got a piece of paper and their relationship is amazing. I know people that have a piece of paper and you ask yourself all the time, why are they still together?
I've had this conversation with a few friends before, and most of us all agree that when we were dating at that time, because they said, well, we weren't married then, so it was okay we weren't married. Man, if our girl would have said, okay, so when we were first together, I blah, 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 blah.
Yes.
Man, we would pull our hair out. I'm like, 20 years ago you did that when we weren't married yet. Right?
Okay, so caller, I have the answer for you, and my answer is yes, it is cheating if you're not married, and I'm only saying it if you guys have had that conversation.
Yeah.
If there is an understanding that you guys are monogamously dating or monogamously hanging out or just monogamously friends with benefits.
You just gave him an escape clause. I'm sorry.
But if you ain't bring it up, there
it is.
Nah, you can't hold me.
We just figured it out.
You're supposed to talk. That's your fault. That's your mama's fault. That's your dad's fault for not giving you up on game.
Just the dog coming out.
Don't hate me. You had this conversation before.
I want to hear this caller. What is it?
Here's the reason for asking the question.
Yeah.
The reason for asking the question is because with all of this going on, we're talking about cheating, the one thing that never seems to come up is a single word, and that is commitment.
Yeah,
true. Define the parameters of what commitment is.
Yes.
Now, marriage, from where I sit at, marriage is not just a piece of paper.
Right.
Yeah, a piece of paper is what defines it in this particular setting of society. But marriage is not a piece of paper. And from where I sit at.
But call it
marriage itself. From where I sit at. Is defined as a man, and I know this will sound archaic to some people.
Say it anyways.
A man and a woman, from my perspective, there's 3 people in a marriage. A husband, a wife, and God.
Amen.
And God is in the middle. And if God is not in the middle, then it's not a marriage. Okay. It might be a business contract. It might be a roommate setting. But it's not a marriage.
But you and I do know people.
It's not built in heaven, it's built on earth.
You and I know people that have been together who never put a ring on it, don't have that piece of paper, and they have been crushing the game for 6, 7, 8 years, maybe even double digits. They don't have a piece of paper. I mean, they are an amazing unit together.
But they're a great roommate. And they're great, and their relationship is great for what it is.
Yeah.
But what they're not in is a marriage.
That was awesome.
That was strong. Right
hey, what was your name, caller?
Thank you.
Now, I'm prefer to remain anonymous.
I like that. Anonymous, we appreciate you, man.
Hey, thanks for calling in. That was awesome. So, I will say this.
Yeah.
Again, another person that called in, and oh, by the way, everyone, remember when you call in, you don't have to. I mean, I'm behind this mic, so I have that prompt that comes in. The views and opinions are not necessarily that of the sake. Look, you call in,
say what
you ain't even got to. No, don't be apologetic.
Yeah.
We're asking your opinion.
Yep.
Now, we may ask questions, and then I guess if it's fun enough, we'll engage and we can go back and forth. But you're entitled to your opinion.
Say it.
That's all we want to know.
Say that thing.
But so we only have we got about 90 seconds. We're gonna go to a break here. Courtney, we talked about it on several episodes before.
Yeah.
If closed mouth don't get fed.
They don't.
If you don't know, then you are getting crushed by the game. If you don't know to talk, to ask these questions, that's kind of a you problem.
That's real.
In the Google age, you should have been Googled, what are the best things to know about a relationship? Best things to ask about. Like, you do the research. Don't just be out here trying to date and you don't even know the rules to the game.
A raw face in life. Come on, man.
Caller, are you there?
How you doing?
I'm doing great. We got just under a minute, so we got to do it quick.
Okay, well, I understand that, young man. And today's date, do you really want to get married before you know that person? And that's the question to ask.
Yes. No.
You marry somebody that you just met within a week, or do you marry him if you know him for a year, 2 years?
No.
But when it comes to relationship, it is called commitment. How much you want to put into it? How much you want to have that effort to make it work?
Oh, so those are good points. Thanks for calling in. So we have just a few seconds left. You're listening to KZI 88.7 FM, The Morning Grind.
More to come with The Morning Grind right here on 88.7 FM, KAZI.
The Morning Grind on
Morning Grind.
I like that.
Yeah. That was nice.
That was nice.
That was Lil Durk, Stand By Me.
Country
Tway came in at the end. Okay, so we're going to do some quick traffic. We got a caller on the line for the weather. We are going to have a high of 58 today, partly cloudy and windy this morning. Cloudy with diminishing winds this afternoon. High of only 58, as I said. Winds out of the northeast at 20 to 30 miles per hour. And winds could occasionally gust over 40 miles per hour today. I hope your kid does not have to go play a baseball or t-ball game today, because that ball is going to be moving. We're going to get down to 46 tonight. It's going to be cloudy, and those winds are still going to be kind of high out of the northeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour. So they're blowing in all that cold weather from the northeast. I mean, we got some people listening in from the northeast. We'll get to them later because we got a caller. Over on the traffic, right now we still have CR 367 that's closed due to flooding. On Jollyville Road, we have a crash that's near Hamilton Road. Pleasant Valley Road, there's a crash that's at Terry Road, and that's it for the trouble spots. So hope your commute is going well out there. All right, caller, are you there?
Hey, what's up, man? Yeah, I'm here with you.
Hey, thanks for holding on. I did tell you it was 30 seconds, but I forgot I had to come in, do the weather, do the traffic. So thanks for patiently waiting. So,
no problem.
What did we say that caught your eye, or was there something else you wanted to offer?
No, I was calling on the conversation of cheating. I said I'll put my little 2 cents in there, man.
Let's do it. Hey, we want a nickel. We ain't taking 2 cents. Inflation. You gotta give us a nickel worth. So what say you?
Real good. So on that conversation, in my opinion, you know, it's a traditional and non-traditional type opinion. To be honest with you, you know, listen to the callers and stuff like that. You have it, you know, you can tell you have your traditional views, and then, you know, mine is not so traditional. Like both of y'all pointed out, I think you really have to establish, you know, what you're comfortable with at the beginning of the relationship to know which one you get. Because with in society today, you got a lot of different type of relationships, man. Open marriages, stuff like that. So you never know. So you make sure you set those parameters before you get into something serious. But personally, I will say this: anything outside of the trust expectation that you set, to me, that's cheap. So yeah, man. let me ask you this: if you're a man and you holding down the fort, and you and your lady or you and your partner have a certain a trust factor going on, and they step outside of that, I feel like that's cheap. So it doesn't have to necessarily be connected to any type of intimacy,
right?
But if they step outside of that loyalty, that bottom line that y'all said, that's cheap.
Yeah.
The most important thing there is you did say we gotta have that. We gotta talk about this up at the front, and in that. That's a courtesy item. That's respect there at the front of the relationship, because I'm just letting you know I don't want to waste your time.
Right.
And I don't want you to let's just talk about this here and now, so then we know we're in the right spot, because look, we ain't getting no younger. Nope. And for some of the people we talking about, some of y'all are in y'all highlights out here trying to. So if you waste a year, I done wasted a year in this, and then we realize, man, for the past 8 months you've been doing that. Oh, I can get that year back. Yeah. Or I done spent all this money, took you to Barbados or insert Caribbean destination. Why? If I would have known all that while I was getting the massage, you was with the cabana boy and the cabana with that's the things. That's a lot of wasted time and money and embarrassment. Because now I got all these social media pics of us together. I thought this thing was gonna last, but no, you didn't have that expectation. You kind of wanted to dip your toe in, and you weren't really fully committed. So to your point,
exactly.
I appreciate what you're saying there, because we have to.
This is the caveat.
Yeah, what's that?
Let me throw this one last thing in. This is the caveat, though. If you don't make that distinction at the beginning, it automatically falls to the intimacy thing by default.
Yeah.
So I think we're taught to think, okay, if you step out and you're physical with another person, that's just cheap. But if you don't make that distinction at the beginning to identify, what those lines of cheating is, then it falls to that by default.
Here's a weird question for you. I have a question for you.
That's the traditional way.
I like it. Here's a question for you. Do you just open up with that in your opinion? Like, let's say me, a guy that's dating. Do I just come out with that, or do I wait for something to trigger that moment? Like, I almost feel like at this point when you're dating, like day one, that almost needs to be explained. Because, I mean, sometimes you're just dating, you're having fun, which I know some people may say it's wrong, but you could just be social. But if you actually like the person, do you need to just spit that out and say, hey, this is what I consider cheating, versus just let it kind of, I don't know. What are your thoughts on that?
I think characteristics, man, is going to show you. Someone's behaviors, their mannerism is going to tell you what they're about. Mm-hmm. So if you see that they're showing that type of personality, then first off, if they're showing a personality where they may be out there, then you may want to just keep it a fun thing and keep it moving.
Real.
But if this is a person that you like, okay, this may be that person that number one in my life.
Right.
Then I would throw that question out there. Maybe second date, third date, something like that. See what they're about before you continue.
Man, that's new.
Yeah.
Hey, this is new for me. I want y'all to understand. Y'all are schooling me today, because we've had this conversation before.
It takes a village.
But now I'm listening and I'm like, yo, these are conversations I didn't have to like years in.
Listening, KZI listeners, we are raising us a Courtney. It takes a village, and we are raising him. Sir, what was your name and where you calling in from?
Man, I'm Los from Round Rock, man.
Oh, out there in the rock. So you're on the TuneIn app? Is that how you're listening?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we appreciate you clocking in with us. Thanks a lot.
Hey, no problem, man. Take care.
Courtney.
Yeah.
We are helping you out. These listeners care.
They care. I'm still enjoying being single, because Valentine's Day was the joy.
I'm going to tell you this, though.
Yeah.
There are a lot of definitions out there. There's a lot to learn. And if we have done one thing today, I think we have brought people to the point of understanding. Just be communicative.
Bro, that was the only word that was in my head.
Just talk about it.
We were talking about, I was giving one-word answers. Like I said, desire. I said, what's the most important thing in a relationship? Communication.
Yeah.
But you know what's the second most important thing?
What's that?
Understanding. It feels like because you can be communicating all you want, but if y'all ain't understanding each other, it don't even matter,
So I always wonder also, why do some people rush to get into relationships? I think you got to spend a lot of time with a person, see them in different settings. Don't take them to the movie. I am on record saying that I hope that was from the 1950s.
Yeah.
Where let's go to the movies and eat some popcorn. Yeah. Like I hope you ain't doing that. Yeah. You ain't learning nothing about the person. You need to talk. Engage, communicate. And I'm gonna tell you this, even now to the nowadays, if you're talking with someone, if y'all are out on a date, but they steady on that phone, they can't put that phone. Their eyes keep dropping down. They're not the one for.
Don't even stop them.
You can't keep that interest.
Hey, don't even stop them. Let them show you who they are.
I want my eyes. I want to be burning a hole through. I want to keep staring. Like, man, I just can't stop staring. I'm so interested in you. I don't care about nobody. I mean, honestly, what else is out there?
I got a weird thought for that.
What are you doing?
I got a weird thought for that. This isn't about the phone thing. This is about 3 different parts of their life. You need to be in a relationship. Not relationship. You need to go on 3 different versions of dates. So there needs to be an early morning one. Yep. You need to see what they're like in their morning, what their routine is like, what they look like, how they do it. Y'all do something together in the morning. There needs to be a midday one. You need to see what their midday like, who they are like as a midday person. Maybe even go run errands. I told somebody, I said, you need to hang with each other running errands. Like, not even on
did that.
I think you should.
The young lady, when I met her, she was like, I'm busy. I got finals coming up this week. I got all this. And I said, okay, well, look, you got to go do laundry, right?
Yep.
You got to go grocery shopping. I got to grocery shop. We can do that together. We can walk up and down the aisle together. I said that because at the end of the day, I'm not going to waste my time. I got to learn about you. I got to see about you. Not just what you tell me.
You ready for the last one?
What's the last one?
You need to see what they like when they are sick. When they are sick, in my opinion, you need to know about people's medical stuff, because we talk about stuff that may affect us, like physically may affect us, but if you're with a person and their problem is, I had a person I was with had night terrors. I had never dealt with a person with night terrors before, until she woke up in the middle of the night screaming, and she didn't swing. Thank God she didn't swing.
She was running from it?
She didn't run, but she jumped up. And I remember the last one. She looked at something in the corner of the room. Homie, she looked in the corner of the room with such conviction, I was scared to look and see what she was looking at. I believed her. I was like, I don't want to see it. I cannot look. Because if I look over there and there's some headless horseman stuff going, homie, she about to be in that apartment by herself. It's going to be 4 o'clock in the morning and I ain't going to be in there.
Hey, she was the watchdog. She let you know. Now, the longer y'all stay there, now that's a decision y'all both need to make. But they say when you're getting chased by the bear, you just got to be faster than the person
the slowest person.
Yes, yes, you do.
You know it.
Caller, are you there? Are you there, caller?
Hello.
I had you.
We scared them all.
I lost you.
It was my fault.
Caller, are you there?
I'm here.
Oh, there. There we are. Gotcha.
All right. First of all, good morning. This is DL from RVA.
Hey, good morning, DL, RVA. We got a lot of East Coast love going on today, and now you're the Mid-Atlantic. So thanks for chiming in. What say you, DL?
Well, the first thing I want to do is go ahead that the calls and views and statements made on this phone call are not reflective of KAZI.
Thank you.
Then bring it. What is your view and opinion?
Well, I'm going to take a little bit further into the education of cheating, because Courtney, just want to make sure that you see it from all aspects of life. Cheating does not necessarily, or being unfaithful, have to just be something intimate.
Right.
Cheating, a person can cheat on you, and it be an emotional cheat. And this is how I'm going to educate. Because some people might not step outside their marriage by going to be intimate with somebody. They can cheat in their marriage by being intimate with E&J Brandy.
I know it.
Jim Beam.
All right.
Brown Sugar Babe.
Come on now.
You know, that is the other person or the other item in the relationship that takes away from the relationship.
Yeah.
That's tough.
Yeah.
You know, it could be their job. The other thing in the relationship is their job.
Yes. That one is, I bet that is prevalent. We are the hardest working, non-vacation taking country in all of the land, in all of the world. And a lot of us are doing that. Capitalistic society, and then, of course, with rent and things being what they are, sometimes you it's a necessary, but she's talking about the unnecessary extra working where you ain't even realizing, man, I got another person I need to go be spending some time with.
It's the person, I think, that when they see their spouse or their significant other struggling and they're still taking gig after gig. I'm talking about myself. Taking gig after gig after gig when they've already reneged on two events or outings, and then there's the third one. Or they missed 2 birthdays, or they worked on the last 2 birthdays. Here's the 3rd birthday, and it's the final straw, you know? Been there. Thank you.
What else? DL. Who wears the pants in some of your last relationships?
Way to bring it back. I like that.
I'm a Southern girl, so I'm not wearing the pants.
Hey.
Okay.
To step to this, if I'm already taking care of myself, they have to be like the alpha male to show me that, okay, we're not going to a nail shop together. You have to, bring it. I need that alpha male.
Yeah.
Going on.
Yeah, no.
So I have no problem staying as a female.
No, and I'm going to be honest. We're not all built for that. Some of us may not want to be the shield, that thing out front that takes all the rounds, as we say in the military. You just want to lay back, lamp. I mean, like, for instance, I know that there are gender roles, whether some want to admit it or not, but there are certain things that some people do and some people don't. And, the majority of the time, it's the ladies that like to cook and taking care of the car, changing tires and changing oil and going out and washing and waxing them. Gender role, it goes the other way. And if you start to look at some of the things like who's going to pay the majority of the bills, then again, if you don't mind saying, hey, yeah, you got that, you can take care of the house note, you got that, okay, it's all right. And sometimes I want to say this, there is a cost to being a woman. There is a cost of being a woman, and if you don't know that there's a pay disparity from a woman and a man, so if that man in the heterosexual, if that man makes more, okay, maybe you should pay more. Because this is a conversation this is one of those 4 when you talk about money. This is one of the 4, Courtney. Putting you on game. Get a pen and paper.
Talk to me.
Okay, he's got the pen and paper. I think that bills should be paid in the ratio of dollars made.
Oh, interesting.
Why should I have to pay 50% when you make more than me?
Or vice versa.
Exactly.
Ooh.
Boom. But you gotta have that conversation up front. The ratio.
I don't want to be overtaxed, but I like what you're saying. Like, for me in my situation, I've been there before where I was the one doing all the traveling. I lived here in Austin. They lived in another city. And I was like, by the time I got here, you know how much I had to go through to get here? You can't at least I ain't going to say having food ready. Like, I got a food ready when I get here. Yeah. But at least have an idea where you want to go eat.
Well, to that point, I have been in a long distance relationship, and every time I came to town, so I got to pay all this money to come to town.
Right.
And then when I get in town, we go out to eat. I got to pay all that too.
That's rough, ain't it?
So at the end of the day, you got to step back. I don't want to hear nothing. I don't want to go to this restaurant, or I don't want to do that. Wait, okay, then you can step up. You can do that. But if nobody is doing it, why are you gonna complain after the fact? You could. Yeah. So you don't want to date me. You don't want to go out. So we only go out when I say it.
And my mistake was we didn't have that communication up top. What our expectations were, what our rules were, what our budgets were.
Yes.
That's another one I'm thinking about right now.
It's money.
You talked about the coupon thing.
Yes.
I'm gonna show you me paying with this Groupon.
Yep.
Are you gonna accept this? This is how I live. This is how we gonna be together. And if we together, we ain't finna be eating lobsters and scrimps every time.
I mean, at the end of the day, I'm putting you up on game. You didn't know there was Groupons out there like this?
Come on, man.
DL.
Thank you, DL.
I want one last thing to ask you that we came back in. The never surrender high tops at $399. Politics aside,
you better
I don't want no political. I just want to know, are you going to get them or are you not going to get them?
Okay, I just have one quick question. Is this a family show?
Well, I can hit the dump button. I mean, yeah, you can do what you want, but no one might hear it because I got a dump button I might have to hit that's going to wipe what you just said. Because, yeah, the FCC won't let DB.
Okay. I've heard the children say this. So I guess it's H to the double hockey stick. No.
Yeah. Wait a minute. So is it just because of how they look? Because they wrapped in fofo, they wrapped in go-go's.
Oh my goodness.
They are. They are
like them Dunlaps.
But they're so ugly that they're hot.
But I think the only way that you can wear those tennis shoes off, you need a pair of those parachute pants that empty.
Oh, that's the fit.
That's what I said. Okay. For an irony.
Fair.
Like for a throwback look.
I'll allow it.
I like it.
I'll allow it. Okay. Well, do you know what? Everybody has been logical today.
Yeah.
Wow.
I like that because I didn't want her to get political. Because come on, man. She ain't got to be divisive. Yeah, I appreciate that. DL, that was awesome. DL, before you go, I just want to say we appreciate you being a long-time listener, long-time caller, and you make a great call every time you call in.
Hey, I'll be trying. Love you guys. Talk to y'all later.
Thanks. Hey, she brought it. Hey, we got to get to this. I just want to get to one quick item today. So it is February 28th, and
we got 1 day left.
Yes. So a lot of people may not understand, well, why are we going to do Black History facts? Because on your own, ask yourself, when's the last time you went? You got a coworker that's of a different background and or culture. You out there researching? I mean, let's think about it. The demographics that we are given are such that if you are in the majority, or if people allow you to be in the majority, as in because you look a certain way and you're in the majority, you can't ever go and see what the minority is. You can't go find out something because they have to know something about you. Now, this may get a little bit political, but there are school systems that are trying to take certain things out of the workload.
The curriculum, yeah.
The curriculum, thank you, sir. So you got to ask yourself, what are we doing there? Man. So if we can't learn about each other, you live in a melting pot. You do know this country was supposed to be a melting pot. So as long as you're going to stay here, you should care about those people that you are here with. So the Black Fact, February 28th, 1989, Philip Emeagwali, he is known as the Bill Gates of Africa. Philip Emeagwali has been called the Bill Gates of Africa. He was born in Nigeria in 1954. Like many African school children, he dropped out of school at age 14 because his father could not continue paying for his school fees. However, his father continued teaching him at home, and every day Emeagwali performed mental exercises such as solving 100 math problems in 1 hour.
Wow.
What?
That's that test,
His father taught him up until Philip knew more than he did. Growing up in a country torn by civil war, Emeagwali lived in a building crumbled by rocket shells. He believed his intellect was a way out of the fire. So he studied hard and eventually received a scholarship to Oregon State University, the Beavers. When he was 17, he obtained a BS in mathematics.
Okay.
He also earned 3 other degrees, a PhD in scientific computing from the University of Michigan, and 2 master's degrees from George Washington University. What? This guy. The noted black inventor received acclaim based, at least in part, on his study of nature, specifically bees. Emeagwali saw an inherent efficiency in the way bees construct and work with honeycomb, and he determined that computers that emulate this process could be the most efficient and powerful. And in 1989, emulating the bees' honeycomb construction, Emeagwali used 65,000 processors to invent the world's fastest computer, which performs computations at 3.1 billion calculations per second.
Computers.
February 28th, 1989, he did that. Today, in 1989.
Black history.
Now, his resume is loaded with many other many other things, like including ways of making oil fields more productive.
Okay.
He said, I ain't just going to give you the bees. I ain't going to just be in computers. Which resulted in the United States saving hundreds of $millions each year. And as one of the most famous African-American inventors of the 20th century, Dr. Imi Agwali has won the Gordon Bell Prize, and that's the Nobel Prize for computation.
Nice.
His computers are currently being used to forecast the weather and to predict the likelihood and the effects of future global warming.
Nice.
Hey, if you don't know,
now you know.
Go out and that coworker, you might better pull him up on game.
I love the fact that you said his name so eloquently, because I would have messed that last name up.
I need more Nigerian friends. It is what it says. I need more practice.
It sounds like you got to know.
You get more practice. We're gonna go to. We have a little more time. So we talked about it a little bit before. I just want to come back to one other little item, and I'm just kind of curious. Travel, going places. Oh, shout out. We got somebody listening to us in Belarus. What?
Yeah.
Belarus. We already told we got a homie over in Belfast. We got somebody up in Bay Harbor, up in New York, right outside Long Island. I mean, we got people all over.
It's crazy.
If you have all the money in the world, where would you travel first? 512-836-2887. If you have all the money in the world, where would you travel first? Simply, Courtney, where are you going to go?
To bed. I've been working really hard. That's why I got all the money. I got everything. Now I'm going to sleep.
Legit. You like Dr. Agwali. I mean, it ain't just enough. This brother went and got not one, but 2 master's degrees while he was at the school.
Let me do this bad answer real quick.
What is that?
If I had all the money, ask the question again, and I'm gonna do it again.
Okay.
Hold on. All right.
If you have all the money in the world, where would you travel first?
If I had all the money in the world, you know where I would go? I'd go to a comedy show on a Wednesday night at the Velveeta Room, starring Margot, Charles Adams Jr., Ben Bo, Jordan J., LaRon Wright, Mike Ivy, Bach, and Nikki Dips. At 8 o'clock, that's where I would go.
And that would be where you would go tonight?
Tonight. I would go there tonight.
Well, tonight is not the night to take the stroll. I mean, we got that wind coming out of the northeast, 46 degrees. This is the night where I know I said don't take your person out on a date to the movie theater, but you might want to go to a comedy show.
Yeah.
So let's see what their sense of humor is like. Because if they ain't laughing at what you laughing at, ooh.
Wait, you're cooking today. Ooh. You do need to know what they're gonna laugh at.
That's the one.
I feel like you should just be taking them.
Why are you laughing at that?
Yeah, what's wrong with you?
What I'm laughing at? That was fire right there. And then hopefully y'all can have that conversation without distracting the comedian, because now the comedian be like, uh-oh.
No. I say distract the comedian. Because now you want to see if you got a fighter on your hands. Hey. If you got somebody, because you need to know how they're going to fight him, because that's how they're going to fight you eventually. I don't know. Man, I think I might need to go on some dates, because I'm going to be taking people, putting through some gauntlets. Where we going? We're going to go buy some Trump shoes. You want to buy some Trump shoes, huh?
And then right then you'll know. They either want to be ironic, right, or they want to go straight politic. Yep. Or they want to hate you for liking the shoe. Yep. Or the idea of the shoe.
Yep.
Man, I'm telling you, you ain't up on this. I got them victory Force One. The Never Surrenders, Victory 47.
The January 6th Force One.
The audacity. Man, hey, we got to go to a break.
Bro, I'm shocked that those are real.
Yeah, it's a thing, brother.
This is dystopian.
Hey, thank you for listening in. The Morning Grind, KZI 88.7 FM. Polly Pockets, I like you. Welcome to the show, Polly Pockets. How are you today?
Good morning, Dr. You're doing great over here.
We getting some fire calls today. Hey, I see we got for those who don't know, Polly Pockets, she's the best in the West. She's from La Jolla, that's San Diego, for those who don't really know. But I got a listener in Sacramento. Is that you? Are you the Sacramento, California listener right now?
Oh no!
Okay,
never in NorCal.
I was wondering. Yeah, she
cleared it up real quick.
She repping that SoCal. Okay, I was just wondering if you was up north at the Capitol, maybe doing a February 28th insurrection or something. Oh, too soon in her Never Surrenders. They're just jokes, people. Come on, Polly Pockets. What's up? What topic caught your eye?
Well, you asked if I had all the women in the world where I would be going.
Ooh, where you gonna go?
Australia, for sure.
Australia.
Nice.
Hey, Polly Pockets, you got an accent? An Australian accent?
Nah, mate.
There you go. See, quick. See what you did?
Yeah,
quick. That's the pro move.
She still did it.
You ain't gotta do it fast. Just go. You gotta go long. Just go fast. You know? Perfect.
Polly Pockets. We're so curious here. We've had a wide variety of topics. I want to go with one. What do you define cheating as?
For me, if you go further past looking, that's a no-go, but go ahead, look all day. I'm fine with that.
Okay.
Right. I mean, it's just, you're just looking, right? Your eyes are made to see. I get that. We can't, Courtney.
Right.
I don't believe that we have to lie.
No.
If a dime piece walks past for whatever reason, you're like, wow, that was a pretty person.
Yeah.
That was a pretty person right there. I don't have to lie and be like, they weren't all that pretty.
And as long as they're not like the partner that you're dealing with doesn't feel like made like less than because of that, I think it's good. Because I've seen people do that and it's cute, but I've seen people do that too and they're antagonizing their partner.
Yeah. No, I agree. I know that's happening. Polly, before we go into a couple more topics, what'd you do this weekend? What'd you get into?
So Polly Pocket was actually tapping into her poetic side.
What?
Thanks to you guys. Thanks to you for your interview. I actually ended up at Springwood Library with Andre and his slam poetry workshop. Yep.
Whoa. Hey, did you read any of your works? Did you share with everyone?
Oh, I absolutely did. I got a whole bunch of snaps.
And you got snaps. Oh, Polly Pockets. So I appreciate that. So you went, you heard it on the radio. You went out to the event, and it sounds like you had a great time. Also, see, look what we're doing for the community. Symply, Courtney, you said
I also shared his poem with some of my peers. The Sneezing is Racism.
Yeah. He did that live in the air for us on Friday. Okay. And he did an amazing job. I gotta get you the clip. For those, if you missed the show, y'all gotta tune in on that one. That was a great one. Okay, so Polly Pockets, I wanna ask you one other little item. For you, are you gonna go and get the new Donald Trump sneaker? Why or why not? And I don't want it to be political, Polly. Don't make it political. Just tell me, yes or no.
No, because you said they're $400, and I have a lot of other things I could spend $400 on.
Yeah, there's that part. I think we overlooked that it's a $400 pair of shoe.
That's a lot.
Like there's only a certain amount of people that are spending that. I know some of us probably can, but
in Texas, that's some people's propane bill for the month of January right there.
Oh, she's practical.
Real. That's real, man.
Yeah. Nah, for him to be a man of the people, I thought it would have come in a little bit lighter.
Nah, he's trying to get that $3 million that he got sued for, or whatever it is.
He did. I actually
make that real quick.
I was gonna get into that. Yeah. I wanted to bring that up. Polly Pockets, was there anything else that you wanted to offer us?
No, I mean, it sounds like you guys are doing the job interview, so I hope you took notes on all my answers.
Hey.
Yeah, no, we're writing it down, and we appreciate you calling in, Polly Pockets. This was awesome. Oh, there was one, Polly Pockets, I'm sorry. There was one, we didn't get to it yet. Wine,
all right, let's go, I'm ready.
Wine or Grey Goose?
Grey Goose.
Okay. TLC or Destiny's Child?
Destiny's Child.
And with your steak, fries or rice?
Fries.
All right. We have to get that out the way at the beginning.
I like that.
We're already in a relationship, a phone call relationship with you, Polly. But at least we learned some stuff here today. Thanks for calling in.
Okay, so let me ask you, Jeopardy.
Okay.
I don't think you answered it.
Which is?
Who wears the pants in your relationship?
My lady wears the pants in my relationship.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
she told you that, right?
No, I'm okay with it. Look, listen, what? I will tell any young man that's out there that once game, the old heads ain't listening to me. But for the young guys, you got to put your ego to the side. If your lady is a boss, a breadwinner, and if she is making more money than you ain't got to be intimidated by that.
No.
That is more help for you and your household. That means y'all living more lavish. Instead of you footing the whole bill to go to Jamaica for a week,
right,
she could put in on it, and now y'all could maybe stay for 2 weeks. Man, put these kids up on game.
Also, I like your you said earlier paying proportionally in terms of bills. I agree with that because sometimes I make more and sometimes he makes more, depending on where we are in life.
Yeah, and then that other part that I said too is, so she wears the pants, but that doesn't mean there aren't gender roles. Right. Whether it's intentional or not. Because I'm going to tell you, I don't even know last time I made a meal for her, but I know she's steady throwing food in my face, man. And I don't even feel like it's hard work. Like, she just goes in and she knocks it out. And I'm like, dang, she didn't even ask me. And she just like threw some stuff together. And I appreciate that. And I like to cook. But I'm confident in my masculinity. I like what I'm working with. Polly Pockets.
That sounds like some momagement too.
yeah, definitely momagement. I love that word. Man, I need to use that more. I don't use it enough. I'm sorry, Polly. I need to use it more because you didn't put us up on game.
It's okay, Professor D. But thank you guys for the chat. Until next time. Until next time.
We'll see you. Look, are we lying when we say she's the best in the West?
Killing it.
Bringing it. We appreciate that. All right, so Courtney, I gotta know, wine or Grey Goose?
Oh, this is gonna be easy. You ready for it?
Yeah.
Neither.
Okay. See, we learning something. TLC or Destiny's Child?
Destiny's Child.
It's TLC for me.
I understand.
Do you like fries or rice with your steak?
Rice.
Ooh. We have just a few minutes left. 512-836-2887. We appreciate you. If you are on our website, kazifm.org, or if you're on the TuneIn app and you searched for us, or if you're here local, terrestrial radio, and you got it all the way to the left, 88.7. However you are taking this all in, we appreciate our listeners. Our oldest listener has been rocking with us for a day, 21 hours, 34 minutes, and 9, 10, 11 seconds. We get to see that. Our newest listener is only 34 seconds in. Man, you don't miss the show. We're going to have to bring you up on some stuff.
Learn some stuff.
Woo! All right. I want to know one last thing. You could only listen to one musical artist for the rest of your life. Who you picking?
I had a trick with this one because I've had this question a few times before.
Yes.
I said Pharrell Williams.
Ooh.
Because then that gives me access to
something.
Yes, it does. That's my way to pull it.
Simply Courtney is not just a funny guy. He is an intelligent guy and offered up a little bit of knowledge right there. When you get these questions, think about it before you answer. I know you want to answer with your heart, use your brain.
Yep.
That's a good one. That's like the genie in the bottle with the 3 wishes.
Yeah.
You literally, like Daniel said earlier, we can get the literal definition, but you better be inclusive with your answer.
What's your last wish?
Caller, are you there?
Hey, good morning. How y'all doing, guys?
Hey, doing good. Thanks. How are you doing today?
I'm doing fine. This is the mouth and the truth. We need to define what makes a relationship, and for some people don't know what a relationship is. And when you don't know what a relationship is, then you're doomed to fail. It's about, you have to take time to get to know people when you're dating them, because and when people show you who they are, believe them. That's not just a fact. In your dating, in your flirting, in your observation, you need to find out their characteristics, their traits, and their qualities to make sure if it's a match. They have to be compatible on your level. Like Sarah said, they got to level up, and they have to be likable and desirable. And it takes 2 to tango, because a relationship is a pair. You are a duo. You are a duet. Even doves mate. And so I think that if you have to be sneaky to be freaky, then you don't need to be in a relationship. Because if a dog leaves the yard when he and when he's not being fed and when he's not being cared for. That's why a dog goes astray. It goes astray because it's not being cared for, it's not getting the attention and the love. So when a man cheat or a woman cheat, it's because they're not getting fulfilled. Because you can be in a bed with a woman and not have sex and not have love. You can be in a relationship with somebody and still be single. And I think in America our relationships are failing because there's no communication, there's no connection, there's no confiding, there's no counseling, there's no consoling. You have to have all the C words and to make an effective, successful relationship. So I think that we need to ask ourselves and tell our listening audience what is a relationship, what defines a relationship. So Douglas, what's the nationality of your wife?
We have Douglas the Professor coming in right after us.
Now I'm asking you, are you married to a black woman? What's the ethnicity of your wife?
She's European.
Okay, I can't figure that. And I also want to know I know there's an increase in interracial dating. What causes a man of color to date outside his race or marry outside his race? Can you give me an answer?
I think it's when they have open eyes, when they're looking past color and they're looking at commonality, when they have those conversations and they know what they're looking for in interest. You have to remember, we are not a segregated society anymore. So now we have access to so many different options in life and activities. And so if you are a rock climber and you love rock climbing, if you are a motorcycle rider and you like motorcycle riding, you got to ask yourself, who's up there on the rocks with you? Who's bouldering with you? When you're at the swim club nonstop, who's there with you? And so that's a commonality. So that's because we just talking about in a relationship. If there's something I like that's the essence of me, I don't want to lose that. So I got to make sure someone has those similar interests. And you look at it with open eyes. You got to be fair. Now, there are some people that have been raised in a homogenous society. So yes, if you grow up and you have only seen one thing and interacted with one thing, then yeah, you're probably going to stay with that one thing. And that's a matter of choice. But we got a lot of choices nowadays, and the generations that are after me, the Y and the Z, they are the most integrated of all time. So yeah, there is a proliferation now of interracial dating, and that's why
black men. I feel a lot of black men with non-black women. I feel like when he's with a woman that's not black, he's more comfortable or he's more laid back, and he seems to be more outgoing, more active. He holds the door for her. He treats her like a princess and a goddess. But when he's with a black woman, it seems to be argumentative. They're irritable. They're not showing any PDA, public affection. He's walking up in front of her. She walks behind him. So I do know there's a difference between interracial dating, and I do know that there's an increase in interracial dating and biracial children. And I don't know and I often wonder what kind of psychological effect that has on a little black girl to see all her black men date with white Hispanic women. And why is it that when a black man has interracial children, he stays in the family, and when he has all black children, he disappears or vanishes?
Oh, those are gonna be some good topics. All right, we're gonna go into that because we have 90 seconds left. Thanks for calling in. All right, so 90 seconds. That's a lot. That's a lot to hit.
I got this.
Okay.
All right. So for me, interracial, I've been on both sides of this one. My kids are biracial. I am, for the most part, all black. I am a light-skinned person. Y'all can't see me on the air, but I know that deep down the line, there's German heritage, whatever. But honestly, the last girl I dated was black. It was the chillest relationship I've ever had in my life. It was so chill, in fact, that it might have been too chill. She kind of wanted to go out more, and I was laid back, but that's who I was in this stage of my life. It does go from person to person, and I know that that's kind of what's in the media right now. And it's just only because I think that there's a prevalence of trying to cater to multiple demographics, and if you just put two black people on, then it looks like you're just catering to black people. But if you put black guy, white woman, or white guy, Asian, whatever, you have multiple demographics that are being appealed to. You're not going to please everybody.
No.
That's the hardest thing to do. And the thing is, you can't worry about pleasing everybody. You have to please the person that's looking at you in the mirror. That's it. And so you like who you like, love who you love, and that goes for everything across the board. In my opinion, whatever it is. That goes for gender, that goes for race, creed, that goes for color. Whatever you like is what you like. And I think we spend too much time worrying about what other people are doing on their side of the fence. And we forget to water our lawn. And then guess what happens? Our grass is not green, their grass is green, and we're thinking it's something they're doing. Here's what I learned. the grass is green on the other side because they take care of it. It's not necessarily because it's better. It's because they take care of it, and it looks greener from where you're looking at because you're standing in your grass.
Yes.
You're stumping on your grass, looking at somebody else's grass. They ain't standing in their grass looking at yours. They standing back watering and admiring their own grass. They can't even see yours.
Yeah.
You looking over the fence, standing in your grass, standing in your flower pots, standing in your rose bushes to look over the fence to see what somebody else is doing on their side.
What I'm saying is exactly where you're coming from. It's about perspective. I'll always say just about everything in my life, the answer is always perspective. So when you're looking at an interracial relationship and you're saying, hey, that works, that's because you're looking at something that works. And you're comparing that to a homogenous relationship that did not work. Of course the two ain't the same. So yeah, if there is these two people and all they did was bicker or beat each other, that's, man, I see that in everything. Let me explain something to you. White people get divorces too. White and black people who are married get divorces. Asian people get divorces. Everyone gets divorces, so it's not a common ground. But you know, again, opinions. And so I'm not bashing the mouth of the South's opinion, but what I will say is I know companies or couples that are blended, and it blends from a lot of different ways. One last thing is we are at the point in life. This is where we are. It's 2024. So if there is, in this case, in this example that was mentioned, if there is a black man, he doesn't have to just say, I'm only going to be able to find love from someone who looks like me. He doesn't have to say that anymore. There are options. When he swipes left and swipes right, why should he jump over somebody?
4 billion.
He shouldn't. He shouldn't have to. And we shouldn't tell him, you have to swipe over that. And then one last thing. I do know that there are broken families. Look, I coach you sports. There are a lot of single moms that are of different ethnicities, and the dad ain't nowhere in sight. And those moms love to tell me, hey, thanks, I love that you're coaching. I wish that his dad was involved, but at least we have you to help us coach, and I don't know anything about the sport. Man, I get that, and I don't infer with what my voice sounded like, because as I'm trying to tell you, they could be Southeast Asian, they could be Asian, they could be European, they could be African American, they could be African. It doesn't matter. So I think I'm in agreement with you, Courtney. Like what you like and do what you do. Man, but what's good for you isn't good for everybody. That's more for you.
This the closer. This the closer right here. 4 billion. Was supposedly split 50. It's really like 51-49.
Yeah.
That's 4 billion. Man, that's 4 billion. I ain't saying racist. I ain't saying creed. I ain't saying tall, short, long leg, short leg, whatever. I'm saying that's 4 billion on the other side. This is just if you're going off of gender, male, female. If you're going across the spectrum of all the other stuff too, there's a whole bunch of people out there. Heck, there's some people out there got multiple personalities. You could date multiple people, be with one person. You ever seen that?
Yes.
You got to
what did Martin Luther King say? I have a dream.
Right.
I mean, hold on now. We can't be pro-black and not support the ideals. And man, now we're getting into this other thing. But when Malcolm X went over to Mecca, he didn't say it was just people that looked like him that was over there. And at the end of the day, I mean, that's what we're talking, man. We're talking integration, not segregation. And I'm not going to purposefully segregate myself and say I'm only going to find love in just one different lane. I will find somebody that I met my thing out doing what I love, and that was salsa dancing.
Well, I was literally saying that there are people with multiple personalities that you can date a person, and then the other person can be there too. And now guess what? You got one body. 15.
Oh, if they could code switch, you could take them to the barber shop, and then you could take them to.
I'm over here talking about split. You talking about switch?
Hey, that might just be a whole nother personality. They could flip it. But we gotta go. I know these lines are hot right now. We gotta get out the way. Douglas Professor's in there. We'll do our social media pick. We'll post that so everyone can take another gander. Symply Courtney, thanks for joining us today. I'm Dapper D. We're going to be followed by Douglas the Professor. Thanks for listening to KZI 88.7 FM, The Morning Grind.